And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, and today we get to look at the final games here of Year 2 in this Show 20 custom franchise, and the first of 3 matchups that we're going to have today is a game between the Michigan Mustangs and the Houston Reapers, as we get to look at Donovan George, a rookie technically this year, pitched a little bit last year, but this is his first full season, and he's been okay in his first full year, not anything super crazy in the 4.59 ERA. Sorry about the long wait in between videos, guys. I just got back to Columbia and into college again, and I moved all my stuff into a new apartment. I have my own room and my own bathroom, and so I just had to get things for the apartment, make sure that I have everything, and I've been pretty busy this week. I've also had some car issues, so sorry about the really long wait here between the last episode, but the Mustangs 46 and 55 in the year. This is probably not a playoff team here in Michigan. Houston will probably more than likely be a playoff team here, but yeah, the Mustangs probably not this year, as that is a ground ball down the third baseline, and that's going to be the first out of the inning here, but yeah, I'll be trying to be a bit more consistent here. Just had a lot of stuff with moving in back into college this week that I had to take care of. So great to be back on the channel here for sure, as that is a drive by Luis Rivera that is down, bouncing off the wall for extra bases. So Rivera gets a double, and here comes Chris Bryant, who has been really good so far this year, and with a 910 OPS and basically 300 average, 20 home runs. One of the best third basemen still in the league, despite his pretty old age at this point, and he gets a base hit. A ground ball up the middle. Luis Rivera, with his excellent speed, is going to be safe. Pretty easy there for Luis Rivera, and another RBI for Chris Bryant, his 57th of the year. Now Michael Conforto up here with the bases loaded there, and Donovan George does get that strikeout there to end the top of the first inning. So a few hits there for Houston and error on Michigan's part, but only 1 run. Pretty lucky, actually, to get out of that inning with only 1 run allowed. But now we go bottom of the first inning here, and here's Jack Flaherty. So I believe this is probably his second start as a Diablo here, and he's been pretty decent this season. A 3.43 ERA. Remember, he got traded from the Washington Rebels over to Houston, so this is the first time that we are going to see him pitch here in Houston in his career. And then leading off for this team here in Michigan is Dan Kruger, who's been pretty good as a leadoff hitter, batting .286. Michigan's offense here is not the best, so we'll see how Flaherty does. 57 and 43 record on the year for the Houston Reapers, so they'll probably get a wild card spot because the Diablos have been even better, have been just incredible this year. So definitely probably going to be the better team, but that is going to be a base hit there as Houston, as Jack Flaherty trying to get through this first inning, as that is swung on and swung right through by Robert Persson, who's batting .259 this year. And then he swings and misses at a changeup right there below the knees. That was a very good pitch by Jack Flaherty, his first strikeout of the game. And now it's Jeremy Pena, who just hits a ground ball second and on to first. That's a double play to end the top of the first inning. So no score there. A hit for Michigan, but you go into the second here. Paul DeJong, who has been very good for the Houston Reapers this season, one of his best years of his entire career. .275 average with 28 homers this year. I believe that's a career high for him, and one of the best on the team. And then he hits this one into deep right field. That ball is going to send the outfielder racing, and it's gone. So Paul DeJong keeps on adding to a season, a career-defining season here with his 29th homer of the year. My, oh my, that one didn't get out by much, but he does hit it out. So now Houston up by 2 runs now, and Lincoln Barreto is batting here for Houston. He has been very good this year. I don't know why he's batting leadoff on this team, but he sends one deep into the outfield, racing on it, and at the wall again, very same spot as the home run that you just saw the other guy hit it. Barreto gets his 3rd of the season. And it's now a 3-0 game. And 2 home runs now in this inning. Man, I mean, basically the exact same spot. Those 2 home runs were right in the same spot right there. And that's a strikeout of Andrew Vaughn. As Donovan George struggling right now, but that's a huge boost to your confidence there. Gets herself back in the groove just a little bit here. And now it's Luis Rivera. This is the guy who should be batting leadoff for this team, as that's just a chopper to first base, and oh, they do get him out. That's a very close play. Luis Rivera, one of the faster players in the entire league. But man, Houston, a couple of home runs in that inning already with an early 3-0 lead. So I go bottom 3 now, and Jake Rogers is coming up. And Rogers has not been very good this season, that's for sure. Only batting .213, 6 home runs. I mean, one of the worst offensive players of the season, but he does get an extra base hit here, as that is going to go into the gap, and it's a double. So a guy that you wouldn't really think would get a hit like that gets an extra base knock, and out Stan Kruger, who 1 for 1 on a single in his last at bat. Let's see what he can do here. Man in scoring position with 1 away, and Kruger lifts one over into left, deep, and it is gone. Bouncing off the top of the wall and left. And Dan Kruger with his 17th. So another home run here early in this game. And it's a 1-run lead for the Reapers, as Michigan getting on the scoreboard. A 369-foot home run that bounced off the top of the wall. So now it's 3-2. And that's a swing and a miss by Jeremy Pena here now. 2-2 count is swung on and missed. As that was a beautiful slider there by Flaherty. He gets his second K. We go top 4 now here. Paul DeYoung, who hit that home run in his first at bat, of course, fouls that pitch off. And now an 0-1 count, swing and a miss, as that one is swung right through. And now 0-2. Pitch is on the corner for strike 3. That was probably the best at-bat of the game by Donovan George right there. Going right through Paul DeYoung, who just hit a home run off of him in his last plate appearance. That was pretty impressive. So now Andrew Vaughn is up here, and he swings it at 0-1 and just hits a ground ball right to second base. So that's the end of the top of the 4th. Still 1-run game. We go bottom 4 here. Full count, pitch is a strikeout. Michael Toglia cannot catch up to it. And now that is the 3rd K of the game. And Alex Kirilloff here 0 for 1 with a line out. We go bottom 4 here, 1 out in the inning now. Michael Toglia will swing and miss there at bat pitch. Flaherty with his 3rd K. And now Alex Kirilloff here coming up. He might have had the same clip there 2 times in a row. I think that's probably what we just saw happen there. Sorry about that. That is a ground ball that is going to be taken care of, picked up by the left fielder, and thrown back into second base. So a man on here for Jake Rogers, who's 1 for 1. Make him 2 for 2 as that ball's down and into the gap. Rolling all the way to the wall. Let's see if they try and send home the runner. They do. He's coming to the plate, and he's going to be safe. Wow. So Jake Rogers gets another extra base hit, and he gets an RBI to tie the game. How about that? An unlikely hero right now for Michigan, who's got a couple of doubles and an RBI. Jake Rogers, who has only really hit a handful of extra base hits this season, gets a second double of the game, and after 4 innings, we got a close one here, tied up at 3. Top 5 now. Luis Rivera 1 for 2. He gets another base hit here. He's going to get another extra base knock as it's off the wall again. And he will stride into second easily with his second double of the day. And now a 1-1 pitch to Chris Bryant. Swing and a miss. A high cutter. And Joyce gets his 4th K now. Now Seth Brown, a bench guy here for Houston, is 1 for 2 in the game, and he's going to send a base hit into the outfield around third. Here comes Rivera again to score. They're not going to throw it home. He's too fast, and he gets there with ease. So the So Seth Brown, another kind of unlikely guy to get an RBI, makes it a 4-3 lead again for Houston. As Luis Rivera scores for the second time of the game. And middle of the fifth here, halfway home, we got a one-run game, 4-3. So now bottom 5, Robert Poisson, who was 1 for 2, base hit earlier in the game. And an 0-2 pitch here by Jack Flaherty is swung on, driven into the air, into the gap, in left center. It's racing back, and it's gone! Over the fence. Let's get another home run. Let's get a tie game again. And back and forth these two teams go here now. Robert Poisson with, I believe, his 23rd maybe of the year there. And another one that's very similar spot. All 3 home runs right now by Michigan over in that right center area there in the outfield. So Jack Flaherty will come out of the game, and now here comes JT Helm, who is a rookie this year. His rookie year could be going a little bit better, I think. A 4.61 ERA. Rookie year not going that great. That's going to be a base hit. So Jack Flaherty didn't really pitch very well in this game. Gave up, 3 home runs and 4 runs in not even 5 innings. So he did not pitch well. But that ball is blasted. Deep home run into left field, and it's absolutely crushed. Wow. That one was hit a long way. 370 feet. Homer there for Rogers, his 21st of the year. And Michigan, another multi-homer inning, and they take the lead back again here in the 5th. Man, their second inning here with multiple home runs, and that one, the first no-doubt shot of the game over in the left field corner. My goodness, now it's 4-6 here, and Alex Kirilloff is going to send a ball deep into the outfield there in left center, racing back on it, and that ball's gone. Another home run, the 3rd of the inning, and Alex Kirilloff has just hit his 100th career long ball with that shot into left center. His 10th of the year, career home run number 100. Man, a big milestone for Alex Kirilloff. Congratulations. And it's a 4-7 lead for Michigan. So how about that? A big-time milestone being completed here in the last day of the season. Man, another home run. That's the 4th of this game by the Mustangs, and Kirilloff getting, handshakes and fist bumps in the dugout there. Congratulations for that milestone there, 100 career home runs. And very, very impressive. So how about that? I didn't even know that he had that many home runs, was on that verge of that milestone. That was pretty cool to see that milestone happen there in this game. It's one of those things you don't even really realize that it couldn't be happening, but it does happen, so that was really cool. 2-2 pitch. Man, that was absolutely a filthy pitch there by Thomas Apucky. Way inside, and he gets him to swing and miss. So that was a huge inning for Michigan. I believe they scored 3 home runs that inning. That was impressive. And now they were in control, it seems, in the lead by 3. Here as we go into the 6th, and Kayla Smith is coming on to pitch, and he has been pretty bad in 65 innings, honestly. 5.65 ERA. He's really struggled this year, but that's a double play. Yes, it is. Good throw to get the guy at second base out and applying a tag to get the runner going to third. So, not a conventional double play there, but it works. So now we go bottom 6 here, 2 out in the inning. So Pucky picking off the guy at first base, and then they get him. Dan Kruger doesn't get back for the first fast enough, and that's the end of the 6th inning. And that's not an out you see very often. But now we're going to go with team select here. I'm not sure why my brother quick managed this game. I guess he might have ran out of time to play this game or something. But we are going to quick manage here the rest of the game. And you just saw a home run there. Houston getting a run to make it 5-7. Bases loaded jam escaped by Houston there. And now we go into the bottom of the 8th. Now we're in the top of the 9th here. And we're going to bring in the closing pitcher here for this team in Michigan, and Robert Stevenson, who has been very good this year. But he gives up a 2-run home run to Chris Bryant. Tie game like that, 7-7. Oh, 2 men on and a base hit. It's an RBI walk-off. Single, And a win. Dan Kruger gets player of the game. I don't think he hit the walk-off, but a walk-off there in that game by Michigan. Okay. Huge win for Michigan in there. It does kind of suck that, I don't know why my brother didn't go in and play the end of that game. But, yeah, a walk-off there for Michigan. Pretty cool. And now we're going to go and jump in. This will be a full game here. I won't be quick managing really any of this game, but we go into a matchup here between the Memphis Huskies and the Seattle Crazy Jacks. These are two teams around 500. The Memphis Huskies have a chance at making the postseason, kind of an outside shot, though. They're one of those teams that is outside looking in, but really the biggest reason we're focusing here is Jeff Ramirez. Well, he's a rookie that has been very, very good this season. A 2.80 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. We've already focused on him this year once this season. He's been very, very good this season. But Seattle, remember they traded for Francisco Lindor at the trade deadline. That's really the biggest reason we're looking here at this game. Seattle this year, 67-71. They're fourth in the division. Not going to be a playoff team this year, but this season is going to be a huge step in the right direction for their franchise, because this is a team that, the previous 4 years they had lost over 100 games. So, a huge increase in wins this year for Seattle. So we're definitely taking steps in the right direction. The Memphis Huskies lineup here, not very great. Colin Moran, Eli Jimenez, Christian Yelich, Justin Obermeyer, Brian Anderson, Matt Chappelle, and Matt Olson and Nick Senzel. Not very crazy high averages there. This is, a team that's pretty average, honestly. Their offense is decent. Eli Jimenez has actually not been very great this year, only batting .248. He's having a down season, and he gets struck out there on that pitch by Jeff Ramirez. So that was a good pitch by Ramirez, but ended the first inning here, 1-2-3, top half of the frame. And now we go bottom of the first. Look, Rene has been pretty decent this year. Pretty decent. 3.22 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP. He's been pretty good. The Memphis Huskies pitching staff has been really the biggest reason for them being in the playoff hunt. As here is Ernesto Castro, and you get to look at that. I mean, they have a 63 and 76 record. Actually, they're way below 500. I don't know why I said they have an outside shot. Looking into the playoffs, they do not. They actually have a worse... No, they do not have a worse record than Seattle, but they're not going to get in the playoffs. So, really quick glance at the lineup there. You could have paused it to see what that lineup looked like. But here is Francisco Lindor, batting .309 with 25 home runs and basically 80 RBIs this year. He has been incredible with the Rebels. I mean, he's one of the best shortstops in the entire league, both in real life but really in this game. He's going to be one of the best to ever play in this game. He is just incredible. So a huge deal that Seattle got him. He's going to be one of their pieces that, this team is going to want to build their future contender around, and he's going to be a big piece of, a Seattle team that hopefully can make it to the playoffs. So that's a strikeout there. Now we get Justin Obermeyer, who is a rookie, who has been pretty dang good this year, batting .281, but he strikes out there. And Jeff Ramirez already with 3 Ks. So now we go top of the third inning here. Still no score in this one. That ball is grounded over to short. Matt Chappelle goes into that ground out. So one down here in the top of the third. And here's a snapshot of this division. And yeah, Houston, they're probably going to get into the playoffs. But man, Mexico City has just been so good this year. 90 wins this year. So just a quick snapshot there of what that division looks like currently. And yeah, Seattle pretty much out of the playoff picture. But that ball is gone. Man, Keeper Ruiz, while I was talking there, gets his 21st homer of the year. And that's the first run of the game. So 1-0 there. A solo homer by Keeper Ruiz that just barely gets out. And I mean, a line drive shot that got out in a hurry. Seattle scores first here, 1-0. And now Tristan Lutz is up. And he'll take that pitch. 2-2 count now. And he swings and misses at a low curveball. That was a great pitch by Lucarelli, his first strikeout of the game. And now shares and Profar here with one away, and Profar swings and crushes a ball way out there into center field. He flips the bat, and that ball's gone. Profar's 22nd of the year is crushed. 429 feet. Homer, 107 exit velo, and that ball was crushed. He knew it right away. And man, what a swing by Profar. 428 there on the distance. That was a pretty majestic homer. And a couple of home runs here in the third. Seattle is ahead now 2-0. That's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. But big inning there for Seattle. The Crazy Ducks get 2 runs on a couple of homers, and they lead it 2-0 at the end of 3 innings. So now Colin Moran here 0 for 1 in the game. Gets a drive and a base hit and beating the shift out there. And he will get a single. So that probably would have been a ground ball out, but the shift was there. So he gets on base, and man, Eloy Jimenez striking out again. His second of the game. And the fourth of the game for Ramirez, trying to get out of this 4th inning here. And a ball hit very well by Christian Yelich, sending the left fielder at the wall. He leaps. He can't get it. It is gone. 2-run shot by Christian Yelich. 346, his 31st of the year. And man, trying to get it there is John Torres, just over his glove and off on the top of the wall. So a 2-2 tie now. And Justin Obermeyer gets a strike 3 there, swinging that 4-seam fastball high and away. But in the inning, Christian Yelich getting a swing, getting a home run, tying the game up, middle of the 4th, 2-2 tie. So alright, we get Matt Olson here in the top of the 5th. 2-2 count to him as a ball that's way up there and high for ball number 3. Full count pitch here. 0 for 1 in this game, and that's a ball driven by Olson deep into the outfield. This one has a chance, and it's another home run. That one just gets over the fence, and Matt Olson has really struggled this year, as that is only his 7th home run this season. But it's now a 3-2 lead for Memphis. They go on top here in the 5th. And that's a foul ball. Nick Senzel here, 1-2 count. Gets the slider, looking at the high part of the zone. Not a great pitch, really, honestly, but it works. As Memphis gets another run. They have 3 runs, 3 hits tonight, and it's 3-2 lead for Memphis. Halfway home. Bottom 5. We're going past these games pretty quickly. Here as that ball is low and inside to Michael Brantley. And a walk here. Michael Brantley in probably his final season in the big leagues. And that is a walk. So now a man on here for Kiba Ruiz, who had that home run earlier in the game, and he gets plunked in the back by Luke Rene. So now 2 men are on, and nobody out still. Tristan Lutz will swing, hit a fastball into the gap. That ball is going to get down. That ball is going to score. The runner as coming on home, and now trying to score as well is Ruiz, and he's out at the plate. Great relay there, and a great strike home to get the 2nd out of the inning, and to keep the game tied. Line drive shot right to third base. Anderson catches it and takes care of that last out, but Memphis loses the lead. Seattle takes or gets a run, ties the game. 3-3. That looks like it's going to be it for Ramirez in this game tonight. A little bit of a struggling start. He did, get a few strikeouts, but overall, not really what he was looking for in this game. As a pitching change here coming on is Travis Spann. Now, he's a 22-year-old rookie. I don't know if he's ever pitched. This is truly his first start of his career, but he is 22. And it looks like they just give his bio here, so I think this is his first start of his career. Changeup, high, strike 3 called, and that is Travis Spann's first major league strikeout. So a couple of milestones in this game, a 100th home run of a career, and Travis Spann gets a strikeout in his major league debut. Congratulations to the young 22-year-old pitcher. And that's a ground ball. And that is taken care of. And Travis Spann, one of those guys that the Crazy Jacks look to develop and be one of those players that they just really use as a cornerstone on their team here moving forward. That's a strikeout as a swing and a miss there by John Torres. Gets running his third K. And a low off-speed pitch. Torres can't catch up to it. A really good pitch there. And now we go 1-2 count. Ian Happ here. Ground ball, and it's fair. Yes, it is down the line. It looked like it might have been foul for a second. Over to third goes the runner. They will hold the runner up there. And a double by Ian Happ. His 25th of the year, and it looks like that's going to be it for Luck Rennie. I'm kind of surprised they kept him in as long as they did, but that is the end of Luck Rennie's game here. Into the 6th inning, but not really a crazy good start, I wouldn't say. He is responsible for both runners on base right now. As Felix Chavez here coming on, and yeah, he struggled this year for sure. A 4.92 ERA this season. That's a ground ball over to third base, stopped over to first. A humongous out. I mean, a ground out would have worked, but it was right to the third baseman, not where you want to put that ground ball. And that ball is going to almost drop. Man, Brian Anderson does catch it, though, before it goes over his glove. At end of the 6th, we have got a tie game still. So we're top 7. Brian Anderson here. Full count pitch. Strike 3 call. Then a fastball. Nice pitch there. Second strikeout for Travis Spann in this game and in his major league career, as he's been pretty impressive so far. 2 down in the inning now. Nick Senzel hits a ground ball. Picked up by the shortstop and over to second base. Pretty easy there. Taking care of the out. And middle of the 7th here. 7th inning stretch. Still got a tie game. A close one here tonight in Seattle. That's a swing and a miss. On that ball down below the knees. And another strikeout here. John Torres now swings at the first pitch. Sends it to the outfield. And it's raced down and caught. Having to kind of reach out there is Eli Jimenez. But he does get the out. And Seattle and Memphis hold here at 3 apiece. So we go really late here into the game now, top of the 8th. 1 down in the inning. 2 men on here. Swing and a miss by Yelich. These teams have got runners on base here, but they have not been able to score them yet. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. And that is a beautiful pitch, a nasty pitch by Plinkton. And man, 2 down in the inning. And Yelich kicking himself a swing at that. Now full count pitch. Justin Obermeyer. Top of the zone, strike 3. Connor Plinkton. Great pitches there. And middle of the 8th, we're still tied up. Both teams 3 runs and 8 hits in this game. Plinkton pumped up by that. So Michael Brantley here 0 for 2 now. 1-2. We're in the bottom of the 9th, trying to avoid extra innings. That ball's down and into the gap. Over into the corner. Is going to bounce around the wall. And Michael Brantley is going to get his double there into the gap. And a big one there in 23rd of the season. And that might be the last time you really see. I mean, he's a fringe Hall of Fame type of player there. Michael Brantley, as that's a swing and a miss. As the slider there by Felix Chavez gets him. And Jerickson Profar, it's going to come down to him here in the bottom of the 9th. He is 2 for 3 in this game with that big home run earlier. And he's got a man in scoring position, but it's a ground ball and a perfect swing timing. That is going to be taken care of and right to the second baseman. Man, that is unfortunate for Seattle. And we are going to go into extra innings. So, a good game here. Haven't really shown anything of, as that's a swing and a miss here in the 10th. Unfortunately, I haven't really shown anything of Lindor in this game. He hasn't really done much, but Dale Massett gets that strikeout on Colin Moran. And it's a big one here. 2 down in the inning now. And Eli Jimenez 1 for 4 with a couple of Ks. He taps one in front of the pitcher's mound. And Dale Massett is able to take care of it for the final out. So, all right, here we go. Bottom of the 10th. Here in Seattle gets another shot to walk it off. Both teams, again, very even. 9 hits for both of them today. And here's Ernesto Castro, who lines one, and it's off of the glove of the second baseman, but they won't get the out, as Ernesto Castro does reach. So man on now, and here is Lindor, 1 for 4 in this game to this point, and he takes his fastball and takes it into the gap, but it's diving attempt. He can't get it all the way to the wall. There goes Castro. He's going home. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. And oh man, a walk-off here. Ernesto Castro scores, and Francisco Lindor, in his first Crazy Jacks action, gets a walk-off. And the Crazy Jacks win it here in 10 innings, 4-3. Wow, great job, great moment, trying to dive and do whatever he can to get there, but that kind of ended up costing him, as just beating out the throw. Really close play at home. And what a game here. Really, really good game. No runs after, the 5th inning. The bullpens came in, did a really good job of keeping the game right where it was at. And Jackson Profile gets the player of the game, and he gets the Gatorade shower there. Man, we saw that last episode, and Jackson Profile gets absolutely dunked. But definitely a very good game here. So a couple of walk-offs in this episode. One you didn't get to really see, but this one you did get to see. So Seattle gets another big win. So here we go. This is going to be the final game of the regular season here. I know we kind of skipped a lot in the second half of the year, but we just didn't have very many clips of the second half of the season, and we really do want to get to the playoffs and want to get this franchise finished with here, so I can move on to another franchise that I'm trying to build in MLB 22. But here we go. This is the last game before we get to the playoffs here in MLB 20 in this custom franchise, and this is the last start that we're going to see from Clayton Kershaw here in this series. He probably won't pitch next year. He's like 39 years old, so he might retire, but in this franchise that we're going to see, this is the last start we're ever going to see of definitely a first ballot Hall of Fame player here in Clayton Kershaw. And Honolulu ties this year 84-77. They are 2 games back in the NOS, but they are tied in the wild card for Chicago. So this is basically, a do-or-die game. The winner of this game gets to play playoff baseball, and the loser will not get to play playoff baseball. They see their season end here. So a huge game here in Honolulu. And Carlos Correa coming up. He's been pretty good this year, 266 on the average with 31 homers. What can he do here against Clayton Kershaw? He swings and absolutely crushes it. Correa waves the ball fair, and that one is gone. Carlos Correa with home run number 32 on the year. And Chicago strikes early here with a 2-run blast. 2-0 Blue Sox. And man, that ball was crushed way out there into left field, and that's a huge 2-run homer. And that's ball 3. On deck is Tristan Casas. Well, here comes the 3-2 pitch to Rhys Hoskins here, trying to get a second out of the inning, and that's a strike 3 called on an outside changeup. Great pitch by Kershaw there. And a big strikeout. Kershaw, a guy that's pitched over 4,000 innings, has over 4,000 strikeouts. One of the best, a top 5 pitcher of all time in terms of statistics in this series. And he gets another strikeout there, and then he gets through this top of the first. But Carlos Correa getting his Blue Sox a good chance here and a good opportunity to clinch a playoff berth here in this one with a 2-run home run early. Middle of the first, 2-0 here. Chicago on top. So go bottom 1 here, and the playoff hopes for Chicago rest on Domingo Germán's shoulders. And Domingo Germán has been not very good this season. A 5-9 record, but a 5.13 ERA and a 1.59 WHIP. He's struggled this season. I mean, there's nothing else. Not any other way to slice it. he has not been very good this year, but he does get a strikeout there. Molina strikes out, but you know what? If you're Chicago, you know he's not been good this season, but you just ask, can he have a good start? One good start this year. That's all you need from him. As Fernando Tatis Jr., has 36 home runs, I believe, but kind of a down year with the average. But he hits a ground ball. It's back to Domingo Germán, and that is taken care of. So, and the first inning is over. Germán gets the clean first inning here, and Chicago up 2-0 still after one here in this one. We go bottom of the second inning now. 3-1 pitch to Oliveros is upstairs for ball 4 and a walk. So, a man on here, top bottom of the second. Domingo Germán has really kind of struggled with walks this season. That's one of the reasons his whip is so high, and that's a strike 3 of Aaron Judge right there. Domingo Germán's second strikeout of the game, and now 3-1 to Adley Rutschman, who swings and hits a ball driven into the outfield. Racing back on it is the outfielder, and it's caught. But a tag from second base, over to third is the runner. Man of the corners here for Kevin Biggio, who has been pretty good. I mean, 28 home runs this year as a career high. The average is pretty average at 258. But he does get another base hit there, and that's a run. So Kevin Biggio gets his 59th RBI of the season, and Honolulu gets a run here to make it a 2-1 game. So now it's the pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, who, what do you expect? He's the pitcher. He doesn't really, his job is not to hit, so he does strike out. But Honolulu does get a couple of hits, does get a run back, down by 1 here after 2. Bottom 3, swing and a drive by Tatis, and that ball is a no-doubt shot. Way out of here, home run. And Tatis with his 37th home run of the year. I mean, one of the best young stars in our sport. Unfortunately, in real life, the PEDs, he's a guy that, a young guy that hopefully he can learn from, making some mistakes in real life. But, man, his 37th home run, he's having another great year in this game, and just hope that, in real life he can just learn and improve. But Honolulu, though, here takes the lead here. They are up now 3-2 in the top of the 4th inning. Rhys Hoskins, that is going to be a base hit. So Rhys Hoskins does get on. Chicago now, after getting that big first inning, will have to come from behind here a little bit. As now Tristan Casas 0-for-1 in the game. He hits a ground ball, picked up by the first baseman, and the second baseman and the shortstop can't handle it. Tatis cannot pick the ball up, and man, that's a big error there. An error on the first baseman, I believe, actually, for the bad throw. But that ball is down on the corner, and it drops in for a base hit, so there goes a run to score, tie game. And immediately the error comes back to bite Honolulu there in the bud as J.J. Bleday gets his 24th double of the year and an RBI. And now Leonard Berry, he will swing. He will send a ball into the right field, and it's over the glove of the right fielder who cannot get it. 1 run scores. Here comes another run. That is going to be safe. And J.J. Bleday will score. And a big 2-run double. And just over the glove of the outfielder. Man, a big-time blow. And now it's 5-3. The inning continues, and it's 1 out. So that is going to be a sac fly. It appears as Pache hits one deep enough. And, yep, he will score. Diving on in is the runner from third there. So a big inning here for Chicago as they are now back out in front by 3 runs. So, man, a huge inning now. Honolulu down by a few. They go bottom 4. Adley Rutschman 0-for-1 in this game. And an 0-for-2. Domingo Germán gets a cushion here in the 4th inning as that is a drive. That is a ball that's hit very well. Racing back is the center fielder. And it's gone. Adley Rutschman, his 14th of the year, makes it a closer 2-run game now for Honolulu. That's a drive. That's a ball crushed. And, all right, Honolulu trying to scrape by in this game as Clayton Kershaw here up again, and he pops up. So, I mean, again, Domingo Germán has been pitching pretty bad right now, but the offense here for the Chicago Blue Sox has really turned up in this game, as they are leading 6-4, but the Tides do inch a bit closer here in this game. So we go now bottom 5. Kershaw still pitching, but that one is a base hit into the outfield. Chicago trying to take that run right back, and they will, as it's cut off. And another run scores, Chicago up by 3. And yep, Chicago does get their run right back, and unfortunately, not a very good final start here for Clayton Kershaw this season. And walking off, I mean, one of the greats of the sport. I know a few of those runs were unearned, so his line is really not as bad as, it would appear, but definitely not very effective there by Clayton Kershaw. But, he's going to finish with, about a 4 ERA, but that's one of the best pitchers of all time. So now Daniel Castellano here has been actually very good. It's very limited sample size and only 19 innings, but man, he's a young reliever to build around, as that's a ball thrown to first base to end the 5th. But, another run for Chicago here, middle of the 5th, halfway home. And Honolulu, trying to, they can't get anything in the bottom of the 5th, so when we go top of the 6th inning now, and it's Glenn Mercer, who is 1 for 2, single in the 2nd inning. And here we go, top of the 6th. Here comes the 0-1, swung on, driven in the air into center field. Racing back on it is Soto. He leaps, and he can't get it. It's over the glove. Home run, Glenn Mercer. His 31st of the year, and it is an 8-4 lead, a 4-run advantage by Chicago. And that puts a huge dent in the comeback chances right now by Honolulu. And now it's Christian Pache, and he will send another ball driven into center field again. Leaping, and he can't get it either. That ball's over the wall. Another home run, the 2nd of the inning. And Christian Pache is 33rd of the year, I believe, or 35th. And man, it's now a big lead for Chicago. They blow the game open here in the 6th inning. And it looks like they are going to be clinching a playoff spot here. Remember, they did win the World Series last year, and they are looking to get back into the playoffs to have a chance at repeating for a title. And they're now up 10-4. Man, this game pretty out of reach here. Yes, unfortunately, the hopes looking pretty low right now for the Tides season. And they can't get anything in the 6th. We go bottom 7 now, top 7. And it looks like J.J. Bleday is going to make the lead even more. Just add on more extra insurance. Bleday's 25th of the season, 435 feet. And it's, man, 11-4. And unfortunately, the Tides pitching staff here really struggles in this ball game. And the Chicago team here, they want to get in the playoffs. They want to win this World Series again, and so they are not messing around this season. And then another home run. Man, that's the final nail in the coffin. Another shot into right field. Glenn Mercer's 2nd homer of the game. And it's 13-4 now in this one. And, yeah, Blue Sox have basically clinched this final playoff spot. I believe they're going to be playing against the Charlotte Cougars. Is the other team that has locked up the other wildcard slot here. So it's going to be a matchup of two teams that have been to the playoffs and done in the playoff thing. They both won the World Series before, so, that's going to be a really good playoff matchup. But, yeah, we go bottom 9. 14-5. This game out of reach. 2 down in the 9th. Kevin Biggio got an RBI, but now down to their final strike here of the season is Honolulu. That's ball 3, full count. And here we go. The full count pitch is swung on, fouled away. Trying to keep this season alive, but now Josh Taylor trying to end it here, send Chicago to the postseason. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Is there? Strike 3 called. And that is going to be the end of the game. Chicago wins it, and Chicago has clinched the final wildcard slot. They will play Charlotte here in the 2027 playoffs. So, guys, that is the end of the regular season here. An 85th win for Chicago. The Blue Sox dream of repeating is still alive. But that is the end of the regular season. We have season recaps going out next episode here. AL and NL season recaps. We'll get those out really quick so we can get to the postseason for you. But the postseason is next. So guys, remember to subscribe to this channel here to make sure you're notified about whenever I post. But you have been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.